Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at another Bluetooth speaker from Harman Kardon. Now this speaker boasts of room-filling sound with quality deep bass. So in this review, we'll be testing out the sound quality with a few songs. Without wasting much time, my name is Oni, and this is the Onyx Studio 4. If you've already seen a review of this speaker and you just want to hear the sound quality, then just go ahead and skip to the time code on the screen. Okay, before we get started, I would like to disclose that this video is not sponsored. I purchased this speaker at full price for this review, so my thoughts and opinions are entirely personal. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Okay, in the box you get regional power cords, quick start guide, safety and warranty sheet, and lastly the Bluetooth speaker. And at the time of recording this video, this whole unit comes in at about £199 in the UK. And with a little searching around, I managed to find a brand new one for £149. I'll post a link in the description so you can have a look. Okay, let's take a look at the features. Looking at this speaker, the first thing that stands out to me is the unconventional design. Now, Harman Kardon is really good with creating these unique designs to complement a modern home setting. If I'm being honest, I think the design looks more like an expensive Wi-Fi router rather than a Bluetooth speaker, but it still looks cool and very stylish anyway. Now, this speaker weighs around 2 kilograms, so carrying this around will not be a problem for me. Right at the top of the speaker, the controls are located along this black strip. And all the buttons have a clicky tactile feedback, which is really good. Moving from left to the right side, you have the Bluetooth button. Next, you have the Connect Plus button for pairing up two of this speaker for a left and right stereo separation. Or you can connect up to 100 of the same speaker to play in sync. Just to let you know, the Onyx 4 will not pair with the Onyx Studio 3 or the Aura Studio 2 or the Go Play because they all use a dual sound technology for pairing. Moving on, you have the volume up and down buttons. Next, you have the call buttons for taking calls while connected to your phone. Also note that this button can access your phone's voice assistant like Siri or Google Assistant, so you need to configure it in the Harman Kardon app. And lastly, the power button. Over on the back side, it has this handle space to easily grip the speaker and carry it around. And further down, it has a passive radiator which helps the bass response of this speaker. There's also another passive radiator at the front, but we'll get to that soon. Moving on down, you have a micro USB port for service. Next, you have an auxiliary port for connecting any other device with a 3.5mm headphone out. And lastly, you have the power port for connecting the charger. Bear in mind that the Onyx 4 cannot charge via micro USB, and you're always going to need the power brick to charge it up. Also, on here it's got these two stands for keeping the speaker in an angled upright position. Now these stands are permanently fixed and they're not removable, so this is something to keep in mind if you're looking for a portable form factor. Okay, moving over to the front, it has a fabric mesh over the front cover, and this front cover is actually removable. But on the Onyx 4, it's a little bit more difficult to remove. I almost felt like I was going to break it due to the force that was needed to pull it off. I had to use extra tools to pry my way in since I didn't have nails. Although the front cover is removable, you still need to take precaution while you try to do so. I contacted Harman Kardon about this and they said that the front cover was actually built to be part of the speaker experience. So I guess taking it off might affect the overall sound quality. I personally didn't notice much of a difference, maybe just a little boost in the highs when you take off the front cover. Either way, I personally prefer the look of the speaker without the front cover. It just has a little bit more character. Once you manage to remove the front cover, you can see it has two 20mm tweeters, and at the center it has a second passive radiator, and then lastly it has two 75mm woofers. Now let's talk about battery life. The speaker claims about 8 hours of battery life, which is an upgrade from the previous model with a 5-hour rating. Another thing to mention is The speaker will function at 60 watts full power when using the AC adapter and then at 30 watts when running on batteries. So in case you were wondering why the volume keeps dropping when you unplug the AC adapter. Okay, now I'm done talking for this speaker. I'm gonna let it do the talking. It's time for the sound quality test, so please put on your headphones for the best experience. And after the test, I'll give my thoughts and comment on a few things. Okay, Onyx.
Now I'ma tell the world, tell them, I'ma tell it everywhere I go. Tell the world, tell them, yeah, I'm a billboard. Tell the world, and I'm broadcasting like a radio. Tell the world you ought to know, I'm brand new.
I know one thing's true, I don't even really deserve to know you, but I'm a witness that you did this and I'm brand new, so I'm ready to go, and I'ma tell the world what they need to know. A slave to myself, but you let me go. I tried getting high, but it left me low. You did what they could never do. You cleaned up my soul and gave me life, I'm so brand new, and that's all that matters. I ain't love you first, but you first loved me. In my heart I cursed you, but you set me free. I gave you no reason to give me new seasons, to give me new life, new breathing. But you hung there bleeding, you died for my lies and my cheating, my lust and my greed. What is a man that you mindful of him? And what do I have?
Spinning out of control again. Your life feels like a sinking ship. You're wondering how it came to this. Is it too late? Is it too far for him to reach you and come to where you are?
Okay, as you just heard, the Onyx Studio 4 really sounds awesome, especially with the bass response. This is probably the best bass response that I have heard in a portable Bluetooth speaker of this size. Now, I know the Go Play is just on another level, but considering the size of this thing, the bass was very deep, it was present and punchy. And the speaker does a good job to resonate those sub-frequencies without overpowering the song. I found that the vocals were clear and they didn't sound muffled. The highs and the mids sounded more like they were closer to being flat, which is a good thing, probably with a slight dip in the mids and maybe a roll off in the highs. So in general, I would say the speaker is not too bright sounding. At maximum volume, distortion definitely sets in on this speaker. I could hear it begin to creep in at about 75 to 80% volume. Now this is depending on the song that you're playing. The distortion is not too bad that you cannot enjoy the music. There seems to be some kind of limiting or signal processing that kicks in at those high volumes to keep things under control. Overall, I'm happy with the sound quality of this speaker so far. Now this speaker is seriously challenging the Aura Studio 2 as my favorite speaker of 2018, and if you'd like me to do a sound comparison video between the two, then please let me know in the comment section. Now, as always with all my reviews, I like to look out for some possible issues that you might have to live with, and here are a few negatives to consider. And the first thing is these two legs. Not that they are bad, but not being able to remove them can make the speaker to take up a little bit more space when packing it in a bag. That being said, I've seen some carry cases that are specially designed for the Onyx, so you might want to check that out as well. Now the next point is battery life. This speaker is rated for 8 hours, but realistically it will depend on the volume level, connectivity and other things. Compared to other Bluetooth speakers in this range, I would say the Onyx battery life will definitely need some upgrade. In my opinion, the speaker performs best as a stationary home speaker. And another thing to mention here is, if you're looking for something for the outdoors, then this might not be ideal because it does not have any waterproofing or IPX rating. Now here is something to really consider. I found that the audio keeps cutting in and out when you play back audio through the aux port, mostly when the volume of the source device is below around 30%. I really don't know why that was happening, but I hope it's just a problem with my particular device and not a general problem. Another thing to be aware of is, if you're going to buy this speaker for watching videos on YouTube using Bluetooth, then I think you might be a bit disappointed because the audio goes out of sync. For some reason it's worse on iPhones, but on Androids it's actually not too bad. That being said, I also tried it with a movie on Amazon Prime and it worked perfectly both on iPhone and Android, and the audio stayed in sync. Well, I guess that's all the cons that I could find. So do I recommend this speaker? And here's what I'm going to say. If you're only going to use it to play audio over Bluetooth connection, then absolutely, I would 100% recommend it. The bass response is beautiful. For the small form factor, I think it's very impressive. Plus, you're also getting a stylish design. And getting your hands on one of these for under £150 is really not bad, and is well worth the purchase. Okay, that's it guys, and if you have any further question about this speaker, then let me know. And also, if you like this video, then hit the like button, subscribe and click the bell icon so you know when I upload anything new. And I hope to share more videos like this with you guys. But until next time, my name is Onyi with Osiman Media, and I will see you in the next video.